Save the launch date for Ferrari 2022 Formula One car. This has been Ferrari's most successful team, but they've been fighting for a title win for over a decade. 2022 will be another year for them. Do you think they do well? The new rules for the game might as well have put Ferrari back in contention for a championship, and they'll release their challenger in a couple of weeks. Welcome to Pole Position. Ferrari is F1's most successful and historic team, and is the second team to confirm the date of their unveiling. Pre-season testing will begin on February 23rd, and Ferrari announced February 17th, although the teams have not yet disclosed how they'll showcase their wholly anticipated cars. Ferrari has been tipped to come off with one of the most interesting cars they've ever had in decades. Formula One teams are reaching the final phase of development for the new generation of cars as they look to turn the designs they've been working on for several months into reality, with less than 6 weeks until the first pre-season testing session is scheduled to take place in Barcelona, where the new set of regulations will give us a first view of different-looking cars that'll take to the track. Ferrari F1 chief Mattia Binotto said in December that the team was planning to launch its new car in mid-February prior to the start of pre-season testing. But Ferrari has now formalized its plans when they announced on social media that it'll unveil the 2022 model on the 17th of February. Ferrari is the second team to announce when it'll be launching its car ahead of the new season, following Aston Martin, which revealed before that it would unveil the AMR 22 on the 10th of February. Ferrari is yet to reveal the name for its 2022 car, but the team will enter the new season looking to build on an encouraging 2021 campaign. The team has been nicknamed the Prancing Horse, in reference to their logo, and the oldest surviving and most successful Formula One team, having competed in every World Championship since the 1950 Formula One season. The team was founded by Enzo Ferrari, initially to race cars produced by Alfa Romeo, though by 1947 Ferrari had begun building its own cars. Among its important achievements outside Formula One are winning the World Sports Car Championship, 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Spa, 24 Hours of Daytona, 12 Hours of Sebring, Bathurst 12-hour, races for Grand Tourer cars, and racing on road courses of the Targa Florio, the Mille Miglia, and the Carrera Panamericana. Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc scored 5 podiums and 2 pole positions to help lift Ferrari to third place in the Constructors' Championship, bouncing back from the team's worst campaign in 40 years in 2020. While Ferrari failed to win a race for the second season in a row last year, the data proved that it had made further steps toward the leading pair of Mercedes and Red Bull, both in terms of outright pace and in its race operations, such as pit stops. The recent technical regulations for the 2022 season present a significant opportunity for Ferrari to try and return to the front of the pack, having opted against extended development of its car against the concluded season as a result, saying there could be zero compromise for the new rule set. Ferrari's new car will enjoy its first extended run-out following its launch before the pre-season testing gets underway at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya in Spain. The 3-day test will be followed by a further 3 days of running from 10th to the 12th of March in Bahrain, which will also host the opening round of the season. Ferrari is also looking to renew Sainz's contract after an impressive first season at Maranello, with talks due to take place over the winter. His existing deal expires at the end of the 2022 season. Scuderia Ferrari team, after much improvement in the just-concluded season, have aspirations of returning back to the front and have been focusing their efforts on the regulations longer than most. Mattia Binotto, the team principal, notably mentioned, "If I look at the 2022 car and the 2022 power unit, believe me, there's a lot of innovation in it," which means the team is looking forward to a potential reset to the competitive order. He further went on, "I think that the way that the entire engineering team has faced the new design, the new project, and the 2022 regulations, which were a big discontinuity, was certainly with a more open mind than before. I can myself measure it by looking at the car itself, the way it's progressing, and certainly with the amount of innovation we put in it." Do you like this video? Subscribe if you haven't and ring that notification bell to stay tuned to our channel. Ferrari has always been known to produce the engines for its own Formula One cars and has also supplied engines to other teams. Ferrari has previously supplied engines to Minardi in 1991, Scuderia Italia from 1992 to 1993, Sauber from 1997 to 2005, Prost from 2001, badged Acer, Red Bull Racing in 2006, Spiker in 2007, Scuderia Toro Rosso from 2007 to 2013, and again in 2016, Force India in 2008, and Marussia from 2014 to 2015. In 2021, Ferrari supplied the Haas F1 team and Alfa Romeo Racing. Scuderia Ferrari have chosen a very aggressive concept for the nose design for their Formula One car for the 2022 championship. Scuderia Ferrari is putting its hopes into what is named Project 674, and further details have now emerged from a trusted source as to what can be expected when the Maranello team drivers Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz come out of the garage for pre-season testing. It seems that the Scuderia Ferrari team has decided to use a pull rod configuration on the front suspension, which would be in sharp contrast to the pushrod suspension geometry seen on the previous single-seaters. The decision has been largely directed by aerodynamics, such that the pull rod configuration allows the flow to be redirected towards the bottom of the car and straight into the cooling inlet, which should also be lower, all matched by a more compact rear end thanks to the cooling gills allowed by the new regulations. It's believed that McLaren, who battled Ferrari for third place in the 2021 Formula One constructor standings, will go for a similar solution, taking into consideration the images they posted recently, while another of Scuderia Ferrari's biggest rivals, Mercedes, have already tweeted a fire-up video, doing so a couple of days before Christmas. An Italian media outlet reports that we should not expect an equivalent out of Maranello just yet. Ferrari said it wants to take as much time as they can to refine the internal combustion engine before it has to be homologated. Other elements of the power unit do not need to be appropriated until the opening race weekend in Bahrain from March 18th to the 20th, so the power unit in action at Barcelona from February 21st to 23rd may not be the finished article. The Italian side's hopes of being able to fight with Mercedes and Red Bull in 2022 Formula One season could be boosted if the new engine does indeed prove to be a major step forward as compared to its predecessor. Yet Ferrari racing director Laurent Mekies confirmed that it would be very naive to think it'll be easy to close the gap on the top two. Scuderia Ferrari found difficulty following two big regulation overhauls in 2009 and 2014. In 2009, fresh from winning the 2008 Constructors and coming agonizingly close to the driver's title, F1's move to skinny aero rules for 2009 seemed to catch Ferrari on the hop. The F60 didn't achieve a top 10 finish in its first three races, and would win only once that year. Power unit gains have been mirrored by infrastructure improvements at Maranello, with the team's state-of-the-art simulator now online and ready to help Ferrari develop their new car. Add to that a driver lineup of Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc that team principal Mattia Binotto, with some justification, has called the best in the business, and the hope is that after a difficult couple of years, Ferrari are finally and properly back. If you enjoyed the video, like the video and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications.